Okay, so welcome. Today we are going to be talking about just a couple of quick little um, things you can set up right now that will just save you time in the long run. Things like having your logos accessible, if you have a color scheme, making that ready to go. And then that will just help you in the designs editor in Command. We're just gonna just show you some little tips and tricks to make your life easier down the road. So first of all, before we even go into the designs applet, which that's this down here, we'll get there in a minute, we are going to go up the right-hand corner where your name is. You're going to go down to settings. And then over here, click connect settings, marketing profile. And you just want to make sure that these things are set up because Command will like auto pull from a couple of these, depending on where you are. So you want to make sure, and just in general too, this isn't just for designs. This is across all of the different applets. So make sure your photo is in there. If you have a team or maybe just a logo for yourself, make sure that that's there as well. This does need to be square. It's going to stretch it so that it's square. And here I know that it shows it kind of in a circle, but like on your website and things like that, it'll show as a square. It'll just pop up. This is just cropped for whatever reason here. Your details, these are more things that can be pulled. Just make sure that this is filled out the way you want it. Military affiliation is brand new. They just rolled that out like maybe a week ago. So happy Veterans Day. I think they were aiming to get that out before then. So if one of these categories applies to you, you can put that on there. Just make sure that all of that is filled out. Down here, social media. So if you have any social media links, those will autofill. Okay, so now we can actually jump into designs. And I'm not sure why, but we actually have to go to create design before we can get this all set up. So we're not actually going to create a design right now, but we're going to click that button. Then it doesn't matter which one of these you pick. Just pick one and click continue. And now if you've used designs before in Command, you're probably familiar with this screen. This is just all of the different templates that you could use. And you can kind of click these to the left and then above, just little categories to sort it further. We're not going to worry too much about that today, though. We're going to go up here. There's a My Designs and an Assets. We click on Assets. You'll notice here there are color palettes. So you have your main palette. So that would be like Keller Williams type stuff. And then you also have your team colors. So depending on what your team is like, these might match the main palette or they might be different. You can also add an additional color palette and you'll see you just get a bunch of pluses there. Don't really know of an example of why you might do that, but maybe you have, I don't know, maybe your listings are a certain color scheme, and then when you're advertising for buyers, maybe it's different. So in any case, we just click on one of these. And if you know the RGB code, you can type that in. Otherwise, you can just say, oh, I like this picture or this color. Let me drag it. So this is going to be all shades of red, blue, green, etc. So you just go ahead and drag that to wherever you want it to be. And then I've got a lime green there. And then maybe I want a teal of some sort and a yellow. Or maybe I actually know the RGB code. I don't have any idea what these are going to be. There, I guess I get this weird kind of dark teal. Another thing is, so there's different types of codes you could have, like hex code, for instance. That's that little number sign and then a bunch of numbers and letters afterwards. I think it's 0000 is black. So if you know those, if you have, like, maybe you went to a graphic designer and they said, cool, well, these are all of the codes for the colors that I use. They might have like a hex code or an RGB code for you, and you could enter it there. You'll notice here we have these 3 dots, which indicate that we can do something else. You can either delete it, which I'm going to for that one, or you can rename it. Okay, so that's where your color palettes are going to go. Here are fonts. So I've got this Marcy here. Oh, I got something in the chat. Is there a default KW palette? Yes, this should be your main palette. Should default to that. If it doesn't, somewhere once upon a time, I got all of the hex codes. I don't know. I don't think you can see my whole screen here. I think you can only see my command. Somewhere in here, I have them. Yeah, I'd have to look back and go and find it. But somewhere in there, I do have all the KW has like a set hex code for our, we have like a gray and a black, white, certain, like there's 2 different reds. So if you need those, I can provide those to you. So anyway, here are 2 fonts that they've got here. I don't remember if I set this up or if this was just a thing that already existed. You can upload a font. So again, like if you're doing something with graphic design, and you have a specific font that was made for you, like the Walt Disney font, you could go download a Walt Disney font, like the fancy little I, the fancy W and everything, and you could upload it here. So then you just always have that accessible. I will need them. Mine is blank. Okay, well, I will have to get those for you then. Images, and honestly, going back to this though, this will be useful. And when I upload this to YouTube, I'll go ahead and put it in the comments as well. And then for the users on this call, I can copy and paste it in the chat. But most of the things that, most of the templates that we use are going to have those colors already baked into them. Actually, you know, I wonder if this would just, yeah, here you go. So here those are. So for hex, for this particular red, it's B40101. This red is 990000. And this is, oh, I think I just doubled them maybe because that's the same as the other red. Yeah, and so is that. And then black is just all zeros. White is all Fs maybe. Yeah. But I can get you like the grays and stuff as well. I have those somewhere on my computer. Images. So here you can make folders, and you'll see that I have done that. If you go here and click add folder, you just have to name it. There's new folder. Rename it or delete it. If you want to delete it. If I double click, so I made a folder called headshots. I need to get new headshots. These are a little old. But I just uploaded these images. Again, you click this upload. And you can get them from other places if you have them on, like on Facebook, on Google Drive, on Dropbox, something like that, or just your device. It's just going to be your computer, right? So then it opens up that box for you. So if I go back to images, I also have KW logos in here. It says agent photo. That's misnamed clearly. So if you had like maybe team logos that you wanted to upload in here as well, or I've seen people who have like a transparent sold sign and they just stamp that basically on everything that they've got. Maybe you have a folder for those. Text. So this is going to appear when, and I'll show you once we get into the design editor where these will appear. But this is just so that you have things easily accessible so that you can just automatically copy and paste them and they're all right there for you. So you can add a new field and they have some defaults for you here, or you can just have new text. So about me, obviously that's going to be a bit more to type. Something like your phone number. I mean, you have that memorized. You probably don't need to put that in here. But again, you can add folders to this and then just drag those fields into the folder. So it just depends on how organized you want to be and how much you want to sort. With logos, so I have this, I guess, little convoluted because I've got this Heather Huber Homes logo that I have, but I also have Market Center doing business as logo. upload it in here. Same thing, upload, add a folder. You're going to find that's a pretty common theme throughout this. Get started with elements. So elements are kind of like stickers, just little things that you can put in there. So if you had something specific, like a little tiny image you like to put on top of things, you could upload that here. Once we get into the design editor, I will show you. They just have a bunch of them preloaded for you that you could select from if you want. So for me personally, I don't have anything in here. I don't really have a use for it, but something you might find useful. And then videos, I think this is actually a newer thing. You can go ahead and add a video either via upload or via YouTube link. If you click that, all you have to do is type in the link right here. Actually, let me go ahead and do that. Well, no, I think most of the videos I have are pretty long, so it might cut them off. Maybe I'll just upload one. It might be a little too big. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Upload one file. Sweet, there we go. Where did it go? I don't know why that's not loading for me. We'll have to see if maybe it just takes a minute. So once we get into the design editor, I'll check for that again. And then files, this is just going to be any other type of file that you want to organize and have ready for yourself here. So that's where we go, assets, just to make sure that those things are readily available for us. Do you have any questions about that, about this assets part? Okay. This My Designs tab. So this is going to be, these are any designs that you've ever done. And you can see how this is not very organized because they're all just kind of hanging out here. If you wanted to do something I need to go back in and do is go organize all of this. For instance, I had a listing, 1327 Ashland. I click on that. Here are some of the marketing materials that I did for that. So you could do it by client or by property. Or another thing you could do is do it by type. So these are all listing presentations, right? So I can add a folder. Listing presentation. I guess I should have made that plural, but whoops, what am I doing? So I just drag it on top of there, and there it goes. Now when I open this folder, there they are. So that can be useful to, you know, if you wanted to copy something that you had done previously, or like this Halloween pumpkin, if I wanted to go back and look and say, oh, what did I do a year ago for Halloween? I don't think I want to do the same exact one. Maybe I just want to go back and check. Maybe I have a folder that says holidays and everything is in there. So again, it's just useful for the sake of being organized. And then here they give you a couple other options as well, which I've kind of neglected this right now. You can start from blank. So it just opens the design editor and you can start editing, you know, adding images, adding text, just starting from scratch, not using a template. You can upload a PDF and then you can go ahead and edit it within that, add images, that sort of thing. Or you can use a template, which what a lot of us do, that's the same as this tab here. So I'm going to go over to templates and we are going to start to work in the design editor using some of those things that I just put in there under assets. Let's do, oh, this is all about my app. Let's do lead generation. What's in here? Home value. What is your home value worth? What's your home worth? Okay, I'm going to click use on this one. Okay, so it opens up the editor here. And now you'll see if the defaults to this, I guess, for me for this particular design, but you'll see here we have my assets selected. And remember, I made those folders for, well, not today, but previously I had made folders, KW logos and headshots. So if I click on headshots, those are those 3 images. If I click on KW logos, those are those 2 logos. And now you'll recall I had a logos thing that I clicked as well. Well, here are those 4 images that were under that logos section when we were in my assets. Same thing with text. It'll say add this, or here's some banners you can use. My assets, these are those things you saw that I put in there. So I had like, this is my bio, right? And I clicked that, oops, and it just automatically plops it down in there for me. I don't want that. So I clicked delete on my keyboard. Elements. I didn't put any elements in there, but these are the ones that I was talking to you about, where it just kind of automatically has some things like maybe you're doing a wine social and you want to put a wine thing here. Just resize it and I'll put it right there.
Heather?
Yeah.
While we're in this spot, I was deciding whether to save my QR code and try to put it onto like a flyer or something.
That's a great idea.
Have you done that before?
I haven't, but I think that's a wonderful idea.
But they'd have to, they can just scan it with their phone, right? If they see it, like if you have it in a window or something, and then it would pull to that specific listing. I mean, is that
wherever you make it go? So
right.
There are QR code generators and things online, and they will all prompt you to motion light. So I gotta move around and get the lights back on here. So they generate that image, and then that image is specific to a certain website. So you have
it could just take you to your, it could just be one to take you to your website, or it could just be one for one specific listing.
Yep, exactly.
So where would you save your QR code in this lineup of things? And images or elements, or where?
Yeah, I would probably do images, and then maybe I would just make a folder that says QR codes. Okay. And label them like, this is my homepage, this is my maybe Facebook or something, and then specific listings. So I would just put the address. That's a great idea.
Okay, so then to get the QR code, you go to that listing. I guess I was having trouble figuring out how to get the QR code for one specific listing as well, but I guess that's another topic. Yeah,
I would just go to whatever website you want it to go to. So if you want it to go to the MLS and a listing of that specific page for that listing, or maybe you made a page in Command, like a designated landing page, whatever page it is that you want it to send to, go and copy that link. So up here, the URL up there. And then I don't know if you're using a QR code generator or if you have somebody who's doing it for you or what, but provide whomever or whatever that link, that URL, and then the QR code will generate, save the image, and then load it in here.
Okay, so I'll have to talk to somebody about helping me with get a generator for the QR code.
Honestly, if you just Google, and can you guys see Google right now? Because I think I selected command only on my.
Yes, we can see.
You can. Okay. So QR code generator.
Okay.
A bunch of different ones pop up. Just make sure if it is one of the free ones, they usually load it with ads. Actually, maybe this one's okay. They can be a little spammy, so just be careful what you click on. But yeah, a lot of them will just require that you go ahead and enter, or well, sometimes they'll brand it to themselves too, unless you have a free trial or a paid version or something. But there's a bunch of different options that will pop up if you just Google that.
Okay, I would think we should be able to get it from our own listing source or our own command area without having to go out to some other
Yeah, there's not a QR code generator built into Command that I'm aware of.
They should look into doing that. That would be a great idea, because then you
Yeah.
could brand it with KW actually within the QR code.
That's
So
true.
that, you know, you can brand it with pictures and stuff. That would be really cool. That would be slick.
I know they do for postcards. If you go in and make
Right.
a postcard, there's a thing, but that's the only QR code generator I'm aware of in Command.
So you could go and make a postcard and get that QR code to set on there, or to post to that, and then you could maybe take it off there and use it on a,
You'd have to
Letter?
screenshot it to get the image, and I just don't know if the
Yes.
resolution would be high enough,
okay,
you know, because the resolution has to be pretty high in order for your phone to be able to pick it up.
okay.
This is
Hmm.
good. I like that we're brainstorming.
Yeah, we need somehow, I don't know if Scott Leroy still works with us or what, but I think we need to get that as an easier way for us to use it. It's, to me,
Yeah,
it's a
that
little
would be-
frustrating.
That would be coming from Keller Williams Realty International. So that would be, you know, the big guys who are actually the software developers who have created Command would have to put some sort of feature in there.
Okay,
I can start breaking up the chain though.
sure. Let's send it up the chain.
I will. I think that's a great idea. Okay, so back to this. Yeah, so if you had a QR code, like I said, in this folder section, maybe put a thing for QR codes there. Yes, we do have Scott Leroy marketing team. Yeah, so it'll just depend on where you click in here. Why is there? Sorry, I'm in the office, so strange things are happening beyond my control, like lights going out and music turning on. Maybe we have a ghost. Can you hear me okay? There's just music happening in the background now. It just popped on again. Okay, I'm gonna.
No, we
No?
don't hear any music, but
Oh,
we
good.
can hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Just background music for me then, I guess. So anyway, yeah, that is where you would find those then. And it's just convenient because, oh, you know what I wanted to show you is if you click on like this, for instance, this recognizes it as a logo, which is, I guess, why you should have them sorted appropriately. So they just defaulted to this KW doing business as name. If you click on it and you get the little blue rectangle around it with the white dots, and then you hover over your logo, and then just click this replace logo, it'll just switch it out. So now you can see it's a little small there. I have it zoomed in, but so now you can see it changed it over to Keller Williams Grand Rapids. And it will do that as well with like headshots and things. Like if you are designing a flyer or a postcard or something like that, and they have your face already on there, they won't have your face, they'll have somebody else's face. You would just click on that image, and then it will pop this up. And then you do the same thing where you hover over it, and then you click the little, kind of looks like a refresh button, and it just pops it in there for you. So what other questions do you have for me? Anything? All right, well, feel free to reach out if you do have any more questions. I know this was kind of a shorter class today, but it was about shortcuts, so I guess it gets to be short. But yeah, feel free to, you know, text me, email me, whatever. What logo type is that that has a transparent background? If you go to, I'm gonna find it. On our Keller Williams website, there is a Market Center logo finder, and I just downloaded all of our Grand Rapids ones. So I'll go ahead and put this link in the chat. Download your Market Center DBA logo, doing business as. Yes, got that. It should be just, this is the same person. Are you saying that you got the logos already? But which one is the transparent? I don't remember how they have them labeled. Yeah, I don't know. You might have to mess around with it a little bit because I don't remember how exactly they labeled them, but there's like black and white versions, color versions, transparent versions. Some have an opaque background. They have like a whole folder. And Jane, I know you know that if you've downloaded them, but just for everybody else's information, I'm not sure which one is the transparent one. So this link, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the chat. This will walk you through all the steps for how to find that folder. There you go. And there's images and everything, so you can just go ahead and go find it. They'll just have you type in your market center number. I'm not sure what Northern Michigan is, but at least for Grand Rapids, we are 191, if that helps. And then you click on it. They're 851. Thanks, Jane. And then you would just download it, and then you have that whole folder on your computer. So, and I guess I don't have to go show you mine, but it's just, it'll be a zipped file that you'll have to unzip. There's a bunch of different folders in it, and then you get a bunch of different logos. So you can keep them all, or just select a few and only keep those. But so I have those downloaded on my computer, and then that's what I have uploaded here. So I uploaded the transparent one. You could do the opaque one, like I said, the black and white ones, whatever it is you want. Okay, any other questions? No? All right, well, thanks again, everybody. You have been great, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Heather.
You're welcome.